where they are currently awaiting trial. Sheriff Wayne Johns and all the townspeople are lined up at the bank. The state government had to count the people living in the territory. To do that, you take a census. Let's look in on things.
I've called a town meeting to say that the governor of our fair territory has asked that each city take a census of its inhabitants.
Take a census? What's that? It's where the government takes your pennies.
Not cents. Census. It's a county.
On account of what?
On account of you being so dim-witted.
Hey, I can present that remark.
Indeed. Now, to do this, I'll need your first name, your last name, and if you have a middle name, I'll need that too. Sheriff John, let's start with you so you can get back to work.
John Wayne.
Thank you. You may get back to work. Next,
Deputy,
last name.
do wrong.
Thank you. Next,
Bob, scratch it.
first name.
Already told you, it's Bob. B-O-B, Bob.
Bob.
Scratch it.
Either your name is Bob or it isn't. Now, what's your first name?
I done told you, my first name is Bob and my last name is Scratch it. Dad, burn it. Somebody get the sheriff of this two-bit town. Yeah, I got some old business to settle.
Hey kid, we got some very important grown-up things to take care of. Why don't you wait right here while I get it?
Now, it seems to me that you are a bit too young to be packing a gun and calling up the sheriff.
I'm not finished, and I got to call up the sheriff on account of him hauling my packing older brothers to jail.
Now I know who you are. You're part of the younger gang, aren't you?
I ain't no longer of any such game. How'd you get the name kid? Look at my face and age, Aunt Brain.
How dare you talk to my daughter that way? I'd take you over my knee if you were my child. But since you are, I won't.
Well, I advise you to be not calling out the sheriff.
I don't care what you say, and I'm gonna stay right here until that no good sheriff gets here.
Is anyone looking for me, or are they looking for trouble?
Sheriff, I'm calling you out for jail, my pappy and brothers.
Okay, you called me an owl. Now run along to your playground, unless you want to get hurt.
What's the matter, Sheriff, you yellow?
Not in the least. It's just that you don't know the rules of showdowns around these here parts.
Are you loco? What's all this for?
Well, you're not smart enough to figure it out.
Says who, old man? Let's hear it.
Okay, each person will have 30 seconds to do his best. The other one would follow and do the same until we get a winner. Polly, would you please start and time us to see who we get until we get a winner?
It'll be my pleasure, Sheriff. Ready? Draw. Time's up.
Can you match that gun?
Ha, match that, Sheriff.
How about a cannon?
Ha, cannon's something bigger than this. All right, I give up. Just take me in jail and get it over with.
Now that the excitement of today is done, we can get on with the census. You want a cracker?
My first name is Abigail. Last name is Crack.
Thank you. Next.
Vanilla Cracker. Awful pleased to meet you, Mr. Colbert.
Yes, well, thank you. Next. You're a cracker?
Yep, you just spoke to my mom. She don't like you too much, but I like you.
Thank you. Next.
Golly gee, really appears you are cute when you say that.
Thank you. Next.
see.
You will stop this nonsense at once. Now, nay! Ah, my sweet desert flower.
Polly, middle name Wanda, last name Cracker.
Polly Wanda Cracker. How about a real name? Like Mrs. Richard Colden.
Never!
Now that is really too bad. You see, I know that your mother will never be able to pay the mortgage in time. Refuse me, and she'll be tossed out into the street with you by her side. But if you marry me, I'll let her stay on in the house. Either way, I get the house. It all just depends on how much you love your mother.
Give me some time to think about that.
Very well, my love. One more day won't hurt. Oh, Richard, you are so clever indeed.